brought the house down. He was magnificent.
That ball charged down. Bench. Defender was sleeping.
Move on, because we're going to get our serious hats on again shortly. Oh, Blackburn Rovers fans, I don't know what you make of the predicament you're in. Obviously, but right down there in the bottom part of the Championship, you're up against Manchester United at the weekend in the 5th round of the Cup. But these owners that you've got, Venkys, you want them out. We're going to try and, bring to light just exactly what is going on at this club in a few moments. Stay with us. Jim White on Talksport.
Jim White on Talksport with Wicks. Let's be anything but beige on your walls, your floors, your doors, even your brickwork. Because right now, there's 3 for 2 mix and match on absolutely all paint at Wicks. Hurry, ends 21st of February. Wicks, let's do it right.
This is a live update for UK businesses. Right now, you can find essential information and services about selling overseas through the government's website for exporters. Find the right information and help to grow your business. Visit great.gov.uk.
Switch to electric this February, because sometimes it's the quiet things that make the biggest noise. The 100% electric Nissan Leaf, now with an extra £500 deposit contribution at 0% APR representative during our Electric February event. Plus, 1 year's free insurance, 2 years free servicing, and of course, no petrol or diesel costs. Now that's something to keep quiet about. The Nissan Electric February event ends 28th of February. Nissan. Innovation that excites.
Nissan Finance, 0% APR representative. Participating dealers only. Excludes Visiograde. Subject to status, over 25s only. T's and C's at nissan.co.uk/electric February.
I'm buzzing for the match this weekend. What? It's the way to Sutton United. In the Cup. I've always preferred the Cup. Beats the Premier League any day. That's the spirit, mister. Your team hasn't won the league for so long that you're pretending it doesn't exist anymore and instead live for demolishing poor little non-league teams, Guy. Add Paddy Power's new and exclusive kicker to your bet, and the more your team wins by, the more you win. This weekend, get your money back as a free bet if your first kicker loses on the FA Cup. Paddy Power, you beauty. Max £10 money back available on win, draw, win singles, mobile only. Paddy Power account required. T&C supply. 18 plus. Gambleaware.co.uk.
Introducing Yahoo Daily Fantasy. A new fun way to show off your fantasy footballing prowess and win cash in one-day contests. With Yahoo Daily Fantasy, it's simple. Play with your friends for fun or money without committing to a season-long game. You can choose a different team every day. Win cash in one-day contests now at yahoo.co.uk/fantasy. Yahoo Daily Fantasy, where real fans turn pro. Use code YDF10 for £10 worth of free credit. 18 plus, always gamble responsibly.
Let's be anything but beige, because right now at Wicks there's 3 for 2 on absolutely all paint. That's all brands, all types, all colours, all the way up to the 21st of February. Wicks, let's do it right.
Don't do the everyday on Talksport with the Royal Navy Reserve.
Hello, it's Alex here, your Royal Navy Reserve correspondent, and what have they got planned for me this week?
Alright, so today, Alex, we're going to do the damage repair instructional unit. This is where we're going to simulate the ship being hit by missiles, and water's going to come in, and we've got to stop it, basically.
So I'm going to get wet?
You're going to get absolutely soaked.
Well, we've just unplugged the wall. I'm getting used to the cold now. It's just my hands that are cold. It's now gone dark. We've had a second attack. We're still blocking up the wall, and it's still cold. But it's good, though. Teamwork's prevailing.
This is definitely one of the best things about being in reserve. You would never get a chance to do anything like this. It gives you so much more than just coming away here and then had to stop a ship from sinking, but the confidence to actually get in there, work with people that you don't know, that you probably actually won't see again, to get a job done it's pretty incredible.
Don't do the everyday on Talksport with the Royal Navy Reserve.
On digital radio and 1089 and 1053 AM. Talksport.
Okay, Friday lunchtime coming up to 12 noon. Blackburn Rovers Football Club, one of the great clubs in English football. But what is going on and what are the owners up to? Not a lot as far as we can see. Get ready. We're coming up with that next. Ian Abrahams with the sports news in a few moments, but first the news with Tanya Snug.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Tony Blair's urging pro-Europeans to rise up and persuade those who opted to leave the EU that they were wrong about Brexit. In a speech in London, the former Prime Minister claimed people voted without knowing the terms of quitting. He also suggested the NHS could end up worse off, as Brexit is the government's sole focus. Foreign Secretary and Leave campaigner Boris Johnson has responded to Mr Blair's comments.
This is the guy who would have taken our country into the euro with what would have been catastrophic consequences. So I respectfully say to Tony Blair, those who call on the British people to rise up against Brexit, I urge the British people to rise up and turn off the TV next time Blair comes on with his condescending campaign.
One of the men involved in the Hatton Garden heist has admitted to another jewellery raid. 59-year-old Danny Jones has pleaded guilty to stealing over £1 million worth of gems from Bond Street. A lorry driver's appeared in court accused of causing more than £1.5 million worth of damage to a motorway bridge. The structure over the M20 in Kent collapsed last August when it was hit by machinery being carried on 63-year-old Alan Austin's truck. No pleas were entered and the case will now go to Crown Court next month. And rising fuel and food prices are being blamed for a dip in retail sales in January. Official figures show sales dropped by 0.3% compared with the previous month, well below the 0.9% rise expected.
Talk Sport weather
With ATS Euromaster. Short days and bad weather means bulbs and wiper blades work harder. Get replacements today at atseuromaster.co.uk.
Mostly dry across the UK with some sunshine, particularly for the north and east. Some light rain and drizzle in the far west and the high 11 Celsius.
Talksport Sports Update with ArnoldClark.com. Search over 18,000 used cars online.
Good afternoon, I'm Ian Abrahams. Arsene Wenger insists the curtain will not come down on his managerial career, even if he announces his departure from the Emirates in the next 2 months. The 67-year-old has been in charge of the Gunners for more than 20 years, but has seen his position come under increased scrutiny this week after the 5-1 hammering away to Bayern Munich.
No matter what happens, I will manage next season. Is it here or somewhere else? You know, that's absolutely for sure. You do not stay somewhere for 20 years and you walk out of a defeat like that and you whistle, you know.
The Gunners boss says he could make a decision on his future in March or April, and he has categorically denied reports that there was a bust-up in the dressing room after that defeat on Wednesday.
Everybody was, of course, deeply disappointed and affected, but there was no incident in the dressing room apart from a huge sadness and disappointment.
Across the Seven Sisters Road, and the Spurs boss Mauricio Pochettino has suggested that Harry Kane might be one of a few players rested against Fulham on Sunday in the FA Cup after their 1-0 defeat in Ghent last night. And the Leicester boss Claudio Ranieri says he's happy to admit he will make 11 changes for tomorrow's cup tie at League One. Millwall, the Premier League champions, are in a relegation battle right now, and Ranieri says he cares about their top flight fortunes more than anything else. And the West Indies cricketer Marlon Samuels has been cleared to bowl against England next month after a second ban of his career for an illegal action, but he's remodelled his off-spin, meaning he can now return to bowling for the upcoming 50-over series with England. Don't forget, on Talksport 2 and Talksport this weekend, we have 5 FA Cup 5th round commentaries.
Jim White on Talksport.
Jim White on Talksport, just gone 12 noon, Friday lunchtime. Perry Groves and Bob Mills with me, as they always are, on a Friday from 10 to 1. And we're glad to have you along. And I'm particularly glad to have Blackburn Rovers Football Club fans everywhere, listening right now. And we hope you are, because we arrived today at the plight of Blackburn Rovers, one of the founder members of the Football League with a 142-year history, owned by Venkys, chicken farmers based in India, who bought the club in 2010 for 43 million with no previous football club experience. The club is now 120 million in debt. 87 million is owed to...
Gary Flicknoff has scored for Rovers. There's a couple of challenges. Tries to get Matt Janssen going down this left-hand side. Janssen closing down on goal. Janssen with a shot. Out the area, no one came to his shot. Oh, plays a long ball in. Hughes with a header. Up again. Dunn's ball in. Great ball in by... Back out. It's put back in by Bjornaby. Oh, it should have been the keeper's ball. And Hughes on the volley as well. Shot comes and gets it over the top. And in the back of the net. And it's Craig Hignett with the free kick. Then with the
penalty. Both goes the wrong way. We're still with David on the side there now. Hughes goes wide and scores for Rose. Still Don can have a go. He wasn't far away. It's got in. Hughes, it's touched back and in. Jason McAteer. Too much in the end. Bent. Signed, sealed and delivered. The derby victory belongs to Blackburn. Janssen again, running up the defence, gets past the first one. Janssen still going inside the box back. Janssen! Tough stop, but headed out. Scramble clear, chance for the winner. In the back of the net. And it's Matt Janssen again. Janssen in space, wasn't closed down. Matt Janssen! First by defender gets the ball in early. Header! It's in the back of the net. Ball played in, looking for the header on, and Marcus Bent. Rovers throwing and takes it. Janssen again looking lively early on. Evades a couple of chances. Gets a shot in. What a wonderful goal! Goes in towards Hughes. It's 2-0. Big net to take it towards the near post. Give it a flick on. Number 3. Shearing gets the ball in, and Bent arriving late. Score. Rambling around the penalty spot. Chance for Taylor. Still Janssen could be 2-1. Trying to set it back up for Ben. Keeper shot up. Great ball for inside the area. Flick cross. Oh, Hignett with the penalty down the middle behind him. Through towards Hignett. And Craig Hignett finishing up. Towards Hughes, Mark Hughes, back across Janssen. Country's clear, Bolford done with a shot, flicked in, and Rovers. And the linesman's flag goes. Good advantage play by the referee, ball played through, and somehow it's ended in the back of the net. Cox beaten by Ben. Ben goes on inside the area. Ball across, Janssen. It's 3-0 for Rovers. Now Rovers, Moore, flag stays down. Matt Janssen with a chance to have a run in that goal here. Janssen to pull the trigger and make it 4-0. Let's have a look at that. Hughes, play back into Ben. There's 2 of them in here. This is Craig Hignett. It's 5-0. Ball is won in. Keeper came and missed it, and it's in the back of the net. Fullback gets the ball in, it's a great cross, and it's Matt Janssen who scores. Looking for a quick on by Bench, now he's quick cross to make it 1-0 for Rovers. The box closed down, Hughes 2 in front of him, 3 in front of him. Balls for Janssen, and that's the game over with. Ball in this time, great cross in, and somehow it's in the back of the net. I think it's put by Dunn. Dunn still going inside the penalty area. David Dunn onto his left foot, splitting it back across, must be. Great save by Pedersen. Dunn following up. And that ball charged down. Bent, defender was sleeping. Out comes Pedersen and Marcus Bent. A seal victory for Rovers.
Nicholas corner, beyond Bent.
Janssen! And Blackburn Rovers are 18 minutes away from a Premiership return.
is, it is a wall of silence. There's zero communication. I think that there's always, as football fans, you need to have whichever club you support, and Bob, you'll be familiar with this, but, you need to have some kind of dream, something to hang on to as a fan, some hope somewhere. And I think that's all been drilled out of everybody in Blackburn over the last 7 years by the behaviour. And I think that, the big question that's on everybody's lips at the moment, apart from the financial status, which is one thing worthy of debate, but the second one is also how the FA have governed this process, given that we're founder members of the Football League. What the hell is the fit and proper test when all is said and done?
Well, that's
it,
isn't
ongoing supervision and monitoring.
That's it, Ian.
This is a question that all the football fans ask, because they hear about it. They've heard it mentioned, this fit and proper test. Well, strangely enough, I got it. I've got it in front of me. The section that applies, Appendix 3, the owners and directors test.
Look at you.
Now, I know, it's a weird thing. I printed it off the internet. I used up all my spare paper and most of my ink. And basically what it says is that you can't be subject to a ban from any professional body. So you can't be a failed priest or a failed member of the Bar Council or the Chartered Accountants. And you can't have been convicted of a dishonest act or corruption or perverting the course of justice. You can't be a sex offender. But nowhere, and just in Appendix 3, there are 14 pages, nowhere does it say, and by the way, you have to have had some experience of running a sports club.
Mm-hmm.
Not even if it's not a football club. The fact is that if you can show that you've not been convicted of an offence and that you've got the money, well,
you're welcome.
You're in.
You're in.
You're in.
It's more onerous to apply for a passport than just to get through this test.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, going back to the basic facts of this, we feel that as a club, and we're not the only one out there, I think it's a systemic problem.
Yeah.
There are lots of them who will relate to it, and lots of fans will relate to it as it applies to their club.
Yeah.
So these are chicken farmers from 6,000 miles away. So you seek to become an owner. First question, previous experience.
Yes,
none.
exactly.
Yeah.
Management structure, given that you're going to be making all your decisions and managing this club from 6,000 miles away, how are you going to deal with that? Well, we're going to get rid of Sam Allardyce, John Williams, and something.
Ian, give us a mental picture then. We've got a minute left. Blackburn fans listening in big numbers to this, because we won't let this go. We're going to try and get a hold of them. Who did you meet? Who are they? There's a woman at the top who we think, I think I'm right, doesn't want to be around anymore. She doesn't want to be involved with Blackburn anymore. Is that true?
Madame Desai, she seems to have taken a back seat, notwithstanding that all the decisions are made out of India. So it seems, and nobody's absolutely clear who makes the decisions, apart from the fact they do come from India. There's no local control. There's no local empowerment here.
Right, there's two brothers, right?
No functioning board. But it's Balaji Rao, who is apparently the brother with the interest in inverted commas in the football club.
Yeah. But the interest is dwindling, we think, isn't it? So sooner
massively.
Yeah.
Massively. I mean, the club's paralysed. It's a toxic environment from start to finish, and I think that we should be looking at this game on Sunday as an absolute. It's a fantastic occasion to play at home to Manchester United in the fifth round of the cup. As it stands at the moment, it's a game we don't need, and there's complete indifference in the town as to what this represents, because in the overall scheme of things, it's meaningless. We've got 7 massive league games to come in the month after, and that's far more important.
Yeah.
But I think, again, in the context of where we are financially, even if we were to make £500,000 after the division of funds from this match, it actually covers about 10 days running costs for the club. It's hideous.
Wow. Okay. Ian, finally, yes or no? Yes or no? Could Venkys, if the continued ownership prevails, could Venkys' ownership see this club go out of business?
I think it has to, because, the last statement you read in the going concern in the accounts published in June was that the forecasts indicate that the company will require significant funding in addition to the current facilities available to the company. And they haven't all they've done is got rid of assets to the tune of £38 million and covered the running costs from there. They have not backed the manager one iota in terms of bringing players in. And we're sat there in the bottom 3 of the Championship. So relegation is a real problem, and all that means financially going into next season.
Okay, Ian, so now we take it from you, and you have been incredibly informative. I thank you for that. We take it from you to Venkys. Stay with us. Jim White on Talksport.
Jim White on Talksport with Wickes. Right now at Wickes, there's 3 for 2 mix and match on absolutely all paint. So you can be anything but beige. Hurry, offer ends 21st of February. Wickes.
Gary Flitcroft has scored for Rovers. There's a couple of challenges. Tries to get Matt Janssen going down this left-hand side. Janssen closing down on goal. Janssen with a shot. Side the area, no one came to his shot. Oh, plays a long ball in. Hughes with a header. Up again. Dunn's ball in. Great ball in by. Back out. It's put back in by Bjornaby. Oh, should have been the people's ball. And Hughes on the volley as well. Shot comes and gets it over the top. And in the back of the net. And it's Craig Hignett with the free kick. Done with the penalty. Both goes the wrong way. But still with David inside the area now. Hughes goes wide and scores for us. Still Don gonna have a go. He wasn't far away. It's got in. Beyond Hughes, it's touched back and in. Jason McAteer. Too much in the end. Bent. Signed, sealed and delivered. The derby victory belongs to Blackburn. Janssen again, running at the defence, gets past the first one. On the left, Janssen still going inside the box back. Janssen! Touched off, but headed out, scramble clear, chance for the winner, in the back of the net, and it's Matt Janssen again. Janssen in space, wasn't closed down, Matt Janssen! First by defender gets the ball in early, header, and in the back of the net. Ball played in, looking for the header on, and Marcus Bent. Rovers throw it and takes it. Janssen again looking lively early on, evades a couple of chances, gets a shot in, what a wonderful goal! Goes in towards Hughes, it's 2-0. Hignett to take it towards the near post, keep with a flick on, number 3. Fury gets the ball in and Bent arriving late. Score, rambling around the penalty spot, chance for Taylor! Will Janssen could be 2-1. Got to study back up for Bent. Keeper shot up. Great ball for inside the area. Flitcroft. Oh, Hignett with the penalty down the middle behind him. Good towards Hignett. And Craig Hignett finishing up. Towards Hughes, Mark Hughes, back across Janssen. Country's clear, Fulford done with a shot, flicked in, and Rovers. And the linesman's flag goes, good advantage play by the referee, ball played through, and somehow it's ended in the back of the net. Cox beaten by Bent, Bent goes on inside the area, ball across, Janssen, it's 3-0 for Rovers. Now Rovers, Marge, flag stays down, Matt Janssen with a chance to have a run in that goal here, Janssen to pull the trigger, and make it 4-0. Let's have a look at that again. Hughes, play back into Bent, there's 2 of them in here, this is Craig Hignett, it's 5-0. Ball is won in, keeper came and missed it, and it's in the back of the net. back, gets the ball into great cross, and it's Mark Janssen who scores. He's back inside short, looking good for the combat bench, now he's quick cross to make it 1-0 for Rovers. The box closed down, he's 2 in front of him, 3 in front of him. Balls for Janssen, and that's the game over with. Ball in this time, great cross in, and somehow it's in the back of the net. I think it's put by Dunn. Dunn still going inside the penalty area. David Dunn onto his left foot, squares it back across, must be. Great save by Pedersen, Dunn falling out. Well, that ball charged down, Bent, defender was sleeping, out comes Pedersen and Marcus Bent. A steel victory for Rovers.
In this corner, beyond Bent. Janssen! And Blackburn Rovers are 18 minutes away from a Premiership return.
Significant funds in,
right?
But they don't care. The Venkys, I don't think they care one iota if Blackburn Rovers go into administration.
There's
they're not bothered.
There's something we can't ignore because there's too many people mentioning it. Yes, the EFL fit and proper owners test it looks like an absolute debacle, but and it's in front of me, so I can't ignore it. The Jack Walker Trust, set up by Jack Walker to protect this club. Why did they sell to the Venkys?
Well, but I'm not being funny. It's quite simple, because they had the money. No, it is that they had the money. So you're going to go.
Yeah, but I can't believe that Jack Walker would have said, "Oh, and by the way, sell to the highest bidder." Didn't they do any research? Didn't they do any background checks?
Well, they probably went through the fit and proper persons thing that you've just read out to us. What was the other thing you said on there? You said about running a football club. You said that you can have 2 goes at it, can't you?
Yeah.
Bob, is that right?
In the other thing in the fit and proper owner test I've just discovered, if you've been involved, you were disqualified from being if you've been involved in 2 separate teams that have gone into bankruptcy and administration, or 1 team that's gone into administration twice. So you're allowed 2 failures.
It's unbelievable.
No, you're allowed a mulligans. You can have a free one.
But also, I think, well, hang on, maybe you're better off with someone who's tried and failed than someone who's got no knowledge of the game at all.
If you say that to fans, it's better to have tried and failed than never tried at all. No, I don't think so.
But Perry, you're right. They came along with money. They bought the club in 2010 for 43 million. They bought 15 million quid's worth of debt and bought 28 million in capital. So they came along. It looked all right in the face of it, but then it didn't turn out to be all right, and then it's become an utter disaster. And you made a great comparison, Perry, about Dean Hoyle yesterday and Huddersfield. I mean, you can never really tell how it's going to turn out, but Blackburn Rovers fans never at any time, never did they deserve this. And a lot of Blackburn fans coming on, and we thank you for that, because you're coming on Twitter. I mean, there's Chris in Blackburn. Thanks to Talksport for raising the Blackburn Rovers issue. They are bleeding this club dry. Matt Douglas, respect to Talksport for attempting to take this to Rovers fans everywhere are grateful. We're trying to do this, but we're trying to do it on your behalf. Because Bryn there saying the mainstream media are not interested. We could easily slip into administration and disappear. So we appreciate your coverage. But look what Bryn finishes with you, Bob. It's too late. Well, I don't think it is too late. Because everyone is accessible. Everyone is gettable. And we have a contact number for Venkys, and we will continue to pursue it, because we have to get answers to questions.
Thing
here.
Is, we've got more time to pursue them.
Yeah.
But the thing that I think you're sort of swimming against the tide is the previous managers haven't been able to speak to the owners.
Well, that's right.
So even your manager of the football club,
that's right,
you don't speak to them. And when they say about people coming in, running football clubs who have no idea about football, they might be very good at business, but say, but no. I think all Blackburn fans, when Owen Coyle was put up as manager, they must have thought, actually, you either do know and you're taking the mick, or you have no idea that his connections with Burnley means he's going to be not very welcome at Blackburn Rovers.
And I know Owen well, and I feel for him in this because
he
had to take the job. He took it in good faith. As he said to me at the time, Perry, this is a wonderful football club. How can I say no?
And also, because of his past results as a manager,
yeah,
he probably in a million years never thought that he'd get another chance in the Championship.
Yeah.
So he had to take it. But that is a bit of a slap in the face to Blackburn fans, let's be honest. That's
Let me tell you,
that's
though,
like me taking over at Southampton.
Let me tell you, though, we're pushing it about Charlton, pushing it about Bob's Club, Leyton Orient, and Coventry. Tim Fisher knows we're all over him, will continue to be so. And Nottingham Forest, Fawaz Al-Hassawi actually came on and spoke live to us. So nothing to stop us getting Venkys, and we will get Venkys. Jim White on Talksport.
Jim White on Talksport with Wickes. Let's be anything but beige, because right now at Wickes, there's 3 for 2 mix and match on absolutely all paint, so you can refresh your entire room from skirting to ceiling. Hurry, offer ends 21st of February. Wickes, let's do it right.
Watch today's racing from Fakenham, Newcastle and Wolverhampton, online and on mobile with William Hill. You can't at Ladbrokes or Coral. Over 18s only. Gambleaware.co.uk. When the fun stops, stop.
This is a live update for UK businesses. Right now, overseas buyers are looking for quality UK goods and services. Make your business visible around the world and help buyers find you through the government's free new online service. Start your export journey. Visit great.gov.uk.
BT's 10-day champion sale is now on. Get half-price BT Sport for 12 months with BT Broadband, so you won't have to miss Arsenal, Man City and Leicester in the UEFA Champions League, and top action from the Premier League, the Emirates FA Cup and the UEFA Europa League. Don't miss a second of the action. Sign up at bt.com/sale before midnight 23rd of February.
Price and content may change. New BT Sport customers 12-month term. Requires new BT broadband contract and ongoing renewal. Currently £7.50 a month from month 13. Pay direct debits. Exclusions and terms apply.
Buying a new car is so exciting, but at the same time, a bit daunting. Trudging around the dealers, haggling over price, always wondering if you're getting a good deal. But with CarWow, there's none of that. Just select the car you want, and CarWow brings you the best prices from their network of top dealers. All you have to do is choose which one to buy from. It's car buying with you in the driving seat. Search CarWow and try it today.
If you're a small business owner, you know how important it is to never miss a message. A missed message could be missed business. Grasshopper gets it. And that's why the Grasshopper Call Management System will not only notify you of voicemails, but Grasshopper will transcribe them and email them to you direct, so you'll get the message no matter what. Find out more about staying connected to clients at grasshopper.com.
Boss, we need some supplies for tomorrow. Oh, what's that?
It's the helping hand from Toolstation.
But it's
a hand, yes. It's showing me around the Toolstation website.
Nice.
Yeah, I've selected paints, cables, sealant and plumbing fittings. I can check up to the minute stock, hit this button, thanks hand, and it's ready to collect in 20 minutes. So get the van.
Can't the hand?
It can't reach the pedals.
Fair enough.
Click and collect. Another helping hand from Toolstation. Your best mate for the job.
Win a blockbuster trip to Beijing on Talksport with Odeon and the Great Wall, the epic new fantasy action movie starring Matt Damon. Enter online now at talksport.com/win, and you and a friend could be jetting off to China on your very own 7-night adventure of a lifetime, including spending money to enjoy the sights, the sounds, or even the Chinese Super League. Uncover the mystery of the Great Wall, the epic new fantasy action movie starring Matt Damon. Tickets on sale now at odeon.co.uk. Terms and conditions apply.
Now then, coming up to 12:30, the plight of Blackburn Rovers Football Club under the owners Venkys. How are they still there? That's the question. Tomorrow from 7 a.m, Gareth Southgate talks exclusively to Georgie Bingham on the Weekend Sports Breakfast here in Talksport. The England manager discusses how he will approach the, quotes, impossible job, what he's learned from the time that he spent with rugby's Eddie Jones, and the type of player he wants to see in his squad. This weekend, 5 live FA Cup commentaries, starting with Burnley against Lincoln this Saturday lunchtime on Talksport. The sports headlines coming up from Ian Abrahams, but first the news. Robin Schonhopper.
Thank you, it's Tanya. Tony Blair's calling on those who campaigned for the UK to stay in the EU to rise up and fight for what they believe in. The former Prime Minister says people who voted leave last June didn't know the true cost of leaving. Police have arrested a 36-year-old man at Heathrow Airport on suspicion of preparing terrorist acts. He's being held at a West London police station after being detained yesterday afternoon. And New Zealand rugby union legend Dan Carter has apologised for a massive error of judgment after he was stopped for drink driving by French police. Reports say the fly half wasn't arrested or detained.
Talksport Sports Update.
Good morning, good afternoon, I'm Ian Abrahams. Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger says he will make a decision on his future in March or April. Wenger insists the curtain will not come down though on his managerial career, even if he announces his departure from the Gunners in the next couple of months. The 67-year-old has been in charge for more than 20 years and has seen his position come under increased scrutiny following a 5-1 thrashing at the hands of Bayern Munich on Wednesday. Spurs boss Mauricio Pochettino has suggested that Harry Kane might be one of a few players rested against Fulham on Sunday in the Cup after the 1-0 defeat in Ghent. And the Leicester manager Claudio Ranieri says he's happy to admit he will make 11 changes for tomorrow's FA Cup tie at League One Millwall. Ranieri says he cares about their top-flight fortunes more than anything else. Don't forget there are 5 FA Cup fifth-round commentaries on Talksport 2 and Talksport throughout the weekend.
Now listen up, men, and pay attention. I have orders from Regional HQ requiring the entire platoon to retune their DAB digital wireless.
Permission to speak, sir.
Not now, Jones. For goodness sake. This is in order to receive a new series of broadcasts, including Talksport 2, Talk Radio, and Virgin Radio. But you need to retune your existing DAB sets first.
Permission to speak, Captain Mannering.
It's so simple, even Pike could do it.
Captain Mannering, could I say something here?
Oh, for goodness sake, Wilson, what is it?
For more information, go to talksport.com/retune.
Very good, Wilson. So retune your digital radio today and help win the war for choice.
Captain Mannering.
What is it, Pike?
Well, my mum loves Talksport, but she doesn't really know how to do it, but I think now she does.
Oh, for goodness sake, you stupid boy.
Okay, 12:30 Friday lunchtime, and we're talking Blackburn Rovers Football Club. An enormous reaction to what we've been doing today. We spoke to the financial expert Ian Battersby, who's been involved in negotiations in the past with Venkys, the owner, but it didn't go anywhere. It went nowhere in the end. Venkys from India still own the club, but the club now in desperate stakes, and a lot of you getting involved with us now. Pete, Blackburn Rovers fan, thanks for covering this shambles at our club. But we do really, really wonder where it is going now. Bob and Perry with me. Chris Hill on Twitter. I just want to get this off my chest here. Great coverage. But why, Jim White, are you supporting it now? While sometime back you were insulting Rovers fans for protesting.
Well, sorry, my memory of that, if I can jump in, is no one was complaining about them protesting. They were virulent in their abuse of Steve Keen's wife rather than
That's
Steve
correct,
Keen
Bob.
himself. I think that was what people took issue with.
There was a small section of the supporters who turned their wrath on Steve Keen's wife when Steve was manager, and she was extremely distressed about this. Steve Keen was telling me, so much so, it's my understanding she had to leave Ewood Park that night, she had to leave the ground, and they turned on her. They turned on Steve as well, but he was big enough to take it. He's moved on. But I called them for a few things because, I mean, to do that I thought was reprehensible. So that's why I criticised him at that stage.
Yeah, you was critical of an idiotic minority. And Steve Keen would have said to you, look, if they're shouting at me during the game and they're giving me a bit of stick and their placards are up, you can take that.
You can take it.
But it's when someone then turns on someone who's close to you, whether it be your wife or your children, then you start going, whoa, hold on a minute, you can say what you like against me.
Well, that's it, Perry. Imagine
not
if
against
it was your
someone's
wife.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You didn't turn on Blackburn fans.
No way. No.
It was a handful that were idiotic. That was it.
That was it. And I hope you do realise that this is serious. We're turning on Venkys. Big time turning on Venkys today, because we want to see better days for this wonderful, wonderful founder member of the Football League, Blackburn Rovers Football Club, a 142-year history.
Alex Wolfstein sent a text, which I'll tell you what, let's get on to the EFL, let's get on to the FA. Let's try and get someone to talk to us about their fit and proper owners thing. But also, let's say, here's an easy thing, include this question. Question 1 to owners of football teams. What happens if you finish in the bottom 2 in your league? And if they don't know that you get relegated, as the Venkys didn't, then maybe that should start some alarm bells.
So I think there should be like a 10-point question.
Yeah, 10 questions.
The basics of
football.
Citizenship
test. Yeah, let's ask some questions.
Well, they plummeted in the Championship. They're up against United in the Cup on Sunday, but it's our understanding they gave Owen Coyle 200 grand in the last 2 transfer windows. Player sales amounted to 35 to 40 million. Someone's made off with a packet. I think that money's in India. David, you're a Blackburn fan. You're through to us. What would you like to say?
Well, firstly, can I... good morning, all of you. But,
morning. Sorry, David. Good afternoon to you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Can I thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart for doing this programme. I'm just to put my colours on, nail my colours to the mast. I've been a supporter for nearly 50 years, and I'm boycotting. And there's 80 years of supporting our family. None of us can feel we can support this regime. So I need to be honest about that. But my concern is the club is being dismantled in plain sight. Everybody knows it. And there's been a kind of silence, really, in the media pretty much for the last 6 years while it's been happening. But the club is dying. Make no mistake about it. And I would see it as being poisoned to death by its own owners. But I listened to Ian Battersby, very helpful interview. But for me, in the conversation this morning, there's a missing jigsaw piece, like an elephant in the room. And one of the things is, why would chicken farmers remove the second most experienced manager in the Premier League at the time? Why would chicken farmers who, like you say, knew very little about football, remove a very intelligent, football knowledgeable board of directors who were very canny and had a fantastic business model? You know, it was held up as the way to manage a football club. Why would they do that?
David, that's what I sort of alluded to before.
Yeah, so well, I'm going to, if I can just answer my own question, if that's all right. That's
the
way to do it.
Yeah.
And I would say a massive concern amongst our fan base about agents' involvement in the running of this football club, in the purchase of the club, in hiring and firing managers, and in selection and recruitment of players. Now, so that is against FA rules, as I understand it, and the FA know it's going on. But why have they sat back and allowed it to continue?
But David, do you know what? I just want to jump in before Perry here. Don't boycott the club. Don't boycott the team. David, I beg of you, because I don't think Venkys care if you do that. So what? One less is another one gone. They don't care. You care because you love this football club. You've devoted an enormous part of your life to it. It's part of the fabric of your life.
But it needs to be exercised, right?
Why? They're not going to notice, David. Venkys don't care.
Everything that's gone on has been a pretense, a complete pretense. The recruitment of players have not been in the interest of the football club. They've benefited other people, i.e. football agents, right? They haven't been in the interest of the football club.
No, but David, listen to me now. And sorry, I don't mean to be impolite.
Decision very carefully. I love Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah.
And in terms of what I would say is maybe it needs administration to get rid of these.
Oh, no, you don't want administration. David, Blackburn Rovers Football Club is bigger than Venkys. You support the club, we'll go after Venkys.
Yeah, but I agree with the previous tweet. I think it's almost too late.
It's not too late.
For 6 years, the FA, so-called governors of the game, and indeed the Premier League, who've also got blood on their hands, supporters, including MPs, sat with Richard Scudamore in 2012 and explained to him some of the concerns. And one of them is, who really owns Blackburn Rovers? Because we're massive concerned about the money trail in terms of the purchase.
Yeah.
The fit and proper person test goes back 4 steps.
Well,
our fans were able to show 7 steps, which included large deposits of cash in the Western Union Bank in Bradford, included money from the Cayman Isles, included money from Brunei and Switzerland, as well as India. So who owns Blackburn Rovers? And the question I would I'd like to ask is, are agents or were agents involved in actual ownership of this club? And I think it's a real question.
We'll push that. We'll ask that question. We will take this further. Don't worry. We don't forget about it when we come off air today at 1 o'clock. As I said, David, Owen Coyle had 200 grand in the last 2 windows. Player sales amounted to 35 to 40 million. That's an enormous disparity. Where did that money go? But David, honestly, support the team and let us go after the owners.
Yeah, but I can understand, David, Jim, I can understand these things because He said he supported Blackburn Rovers for 50 years through thick and thin, whatever division they're in. You know, he supported them before they won the Premier League, and Jack Walker put all his money in there.
Yeah.
He's not enjoying himself.
No,
He's not enjoying
no.
it. Why should he go somewhere on a Saturday or a Tuesday night when it's pouring down rain if he's not getting any fun of it? And Bob, to be fair, you're going to support Leyton Orient because you still get, I don't know if you're being a bit weird, but you still get a bit of enjoyment, don't you, going out and watch a Leyton Orient football club? Obviously, David is getting no enjoyment whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah. David, I respect you greatly for having supported Blackburn for many, many years. That's your team, that's your club, and I think it's terrific. But I would urge you to keep at it. And honestly, I thank you for thanking us. But let's do this together, David.
But you see, why has nobody been doing this? We were relegated out of the Premier League. A lot of our fan base felt it was deliberate sabotage. The season before, we survived by the skin of our teeth, right?
Right.
An inexperienced manager, I'm not going to go too much into that, but a very inexperienced manager who fans believe was the inside man. He was Joel Manderson's man, right, from the beginning. But he wasn't experienced, and we only just survived. And what did they do? They weakened that side even further.
Yeah, but David, I think if you look at it you got to look at it more closely than that. You got to sort out one thing and one thing only: Venkys. That's the problem. That's the problem. Peter Waring on Twitter is congratulating you for your call.
Jim, Venkys and their partners and stakeholders. It's not just Venkys.
Okay, Russell's another Blackburn fan who joins us. A whole stack of you wanting to say your bit, but we're time's against us. But go for it, Russell.
Hello, Jim. Thanks for covering this here. I appreciate it. On behalf of all the Northern Irish Blackburn Rovers fans.
No, good man, Russell. What would you like to say?
I agree with David there. I've boycotted this season in terms of not wanting to give the Venkys any more money. The past 15 years, I've been a season ticket holder and travelled over 20 games a season from Belfast. And obviously, it cost me an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
And I get nothing back. When the Walker family were in charge, we used to get discounted flights. We used to get VIP treatment whenever we came over. And the Venkys have just totally disowned us. And they no longer accept that fans actually come for all over, especially ourselves, Norwegian fans who are massive Blackburn fans.
Yeah.
You've also got Dutch fans as well. And they're just killing the club. But this is what we need. We need the media to get involved because the FA are doing nothing.
Yeah. What does it, Russell? Before we leave you today, what does your football club mean to you?
It's everything to me. If you could actually look around my living room in Belfast, you would see how much I love my club. I've got Blackburn Rovers tattooed on me. I've followed them for nearly 28 years.
Yeah.
It's been in my blood. I absolutely love the club, and I hate the way things are going.
Yeah.
I know myself that the club are relegated this season. I know they are, and I would say 99% of the fans know they are.
Mm.
I've nothing against Owen Coyle personally. I know he was an ex-Burnley manager, and we all.
Oh, he's a good guy, Owen. Good guy. Yeah.
No, I've met him, and he is a nice guy. But the Venkys obviously showing their inept. Obviously, they don't understand football in England. Why appoint an ex-Burnley manager?
Sure. Russell, are you on Twitter? You on Twitter?
I am, yes.
Good.
Yes.
I think what am I? At Jim White, I think it is.
Yeah, I
have
tweeted you
Good
today,
man.
Jim.
Take a picture of your house, all your Blackburn memorabilia up and send it to me and we'll retweet that.
And the tattoo. I want to see the tattoo.
Bob wants to see the tattoo.
Wants to see it. No problems.
You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Russell, thanks for the call. But what we do know, Russell, is there's a representative from Venkys at Blackburn who works in this country at Blackburn. His name is Suhail Pasha. Now, we're coming for you. Jim White on Talksport.
Jim White on Talksport with Wigs. Let's be anything but beige on your walls, your floors, your doors, even your brickwork. Because right now, there's 3 for 2 mix and match on absolutely all paint at Wigs. Hurry, ends 21st of February. Wigs, let's do it right.
Jimmy steak for 2.
I'm doing tea tonight. Me and Dad share all the cooking since he and my mum went their separate ways. I popped into Tesco on the way home, picked up a couple of their finest steaks, a sprinkling of thyme, a splash of olive oil, and pan fry 'em. We normally do it with garlic. Not tonight, though. And I'm cooking dinner for 2, all right, but that's so he can get ready. He's got a date, hasn't he? First in a while. So I'm giving the garlic a miss, if you know what I mean.
Find Jimmy's steak for two recipe with or without garlic. In-store and online. Food Love Stories. Brought to you by Tesco.
Most people find a car and then apply for finance. But Phil from Leicester visited carfinance247.co.uk and got his finance first. As well as being approved in minutes, he can buy from any dealer he likes. So congratulations, Phil. You're good to go.
Get your finance first and then you're good to go.
Apply now at carfinance247.co.uk.
Rates from 7% APR. We're a broker regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority, represented at 27.4% APR. All circumstances considered.
The Wren Guide to Birds, number 12. Oh, there she is, the crossbill. But, of course, you won't be cross at the bill when you visit Wren Kitchen's winter sale. Kitchens are half price, plus an extra 25% off. There's up to 20% off appliances, 10% off all sinks and taps, and a Bosch dishwasher for only £79 when you buy 5 or more units. No, you won't be cross. You'll be a little wagtail. Fly down to Wren Kitchen's winter sale today.
Come on, Roddy.
Come on, stay down!
8, 9, 10, and you're out.
You've been calling out for us for years, so now we're here. Come on, bet £10 with us and we'll match it with a £10 free bet. ComeOn.com.
18 plus gambleaware.co.uk. Please bet responsibly at ComeOn.com. New UK customers only. Single bets of £10 or more on odds of minimum 1.5 qualify for £10 free bet token. Terms apply.
We've got it at Selco. Selco is where the trade goes.
At Selco Builders Warehouse, we've got real deals on a wide range of trade quality building products. In February, we've got 10 litres of Leyland Trade Contract Matte Emulsion for only £9.99. Now that's a real deal. We've got even more real deals and thousands of products in stock at more than 20 Selco branches across London. See selcobw.com for your nearest branch.
We've got it at Selco. Selco is where the trade goes.
The Weekend Sports Breakfast on Talksport with BT Sport. It's the unrivaled spirit of the sporting weekend in one unbeatable transmission of pre-match build-up, rapier-sharp analysis and massive opinion. Plus, a bucket load of laughs.
I know this.
Live, exciting, unmissable. The Weekend Sports Breakfast tomorrow morning from 7 on Talksport with BT Sport. Watch Premier League, UEFA Champions League, Europa League plus Emirates FA Cup matches on BT Sport. 4 competitions, 1 venue.
Talksport Traffic and Travel with Checkertrade.com. With over 18 years experience in supplying quality trades for you. Visit Checkertrade.com today. Checkertrade.com.
Queues on the A12 at the moment into town at Hainault Road through the roadworks. It's also very busy towards London on the A127. It's actually towards the A12 at Gallows Corner through the roadworks at Ardley Green. It's slow moving on Putney High Street northbound between the South Circular and Putney Bridge. It's through the roadworks and not helped by the Hammersmith Bridge closure. On the tubes, there are severe delays on the District line between High Street Kensington and Edgware Road. That's because of an earlier signal failure. I'm Mira Sharif.
Can the new Ford Cougar please both head and heart? Its imposing appearance, the distinctive dual-bar grille, the sumptuous heated steering wheel, the luxurious Salerno leather seats, the door. And you get £500 off when you test drive any new Ford. Can you please both head and heart? It looks like you can. For more information, visit your nearest Ford dealership. Ford, go further.
Test drive a new Ford vehicle between the 1st and 28th of February and save an extra £500 including VAT off the on-the-road price of a new Ford vehicle. Contracted and registered between the 1st and 28th of February. Excludes Car Plus, Focus RS and Mustang models. Retail customers only at participating dealers.
Are they mad? Can it be true? Jim White, for it is he! Mid-mornings on Talksport.
Okay, coming up to the final part of the show this Friday lunchtime, Jim White on Talksport with Wicks, and right now Wicks 3 for 2, mix and match, absolutely all paint, so you can be anything but beige. Here are the top stories currently on the Sun's website this Friday lunchtime, thesun.co.uk, and we've known about this, Perry and Bob. I'm interested in your take on this. Mark Clattenburg to be paid £500,000 a year tax-free, along with other benefits, after quitting the Premier League for Saudi Arabia. He's off. He'll double his earnings, it's reported, after he's grown tired of his employer's lack of support here in England.
Double his earnings? How much is he getting?
Well, exactly, Bob.
How much is he getting here if he's going to be doubling
When
them?
I heard it was $1 million.
If he'd gone to China, it was been reported he would have gone on to $1 million. He would have got $1 million there if he'd gone there. But he's getting $500,000 a year for going to Saudi Arabia. And that tells us, you're right, Bob. If it was going to double his salary, it must mean he was in 250.
And he made a very, very nice statement about saying to go over there and organise their referees for them. I'm humbled by this great opportunity. Oh, I'd be humbled for £500,000. Wouldn't you, Begs?
Tax-free?
Oh, I'd be right humbled.
I'd be so humbled.
I'll be as humble as you like, sir.
They throw in that, a company camel,
but do you
got
blame?
a lot.
I don't blame him at all. If he thinks that it's a weak governing body of the referees and he's getting no support there whatsoever, the only thing that he probably thinks is it would have been better. I think he's 41, isn't he? So
Right.
he's at the peak of his career, basically. So he's going to go over to Saudi Arabia and obviously be in charge of the referees and like the governing body. But who can blame him? Players move for the sake of money.
Well,
why shouldn't Mark Clattenburg? And as we speak, do you think he's having another tattoo? He loves a tat, doesn't he? Oh, Clattenburg.
Does he?
Yeah, he loves a tat. Yeah, he had tattooed the when he was final in the Euros, when he had a tattoo when he was referee the final of the Champions League. I think he's getting a tattoo of Mecca as we speak.
I'm obviously not as close to him as you are, Pegs.
He'll have I Love Riyadh somewhere very soon. So Clattenburg to go off there, $500,000
Can I just
a year.
say, I was offered a job out there 3 times and I turned it.
Bodyguard.
They tried to make me go to Riyadh. I said, no. Oh, come on.
Yes.
Come on.
No, that's good. That's good. That takes us on with that one. He's apparently still upset. Do you remember it? The way he was dealt with following that incident way back when between himself and the then Chelsea midfielders, Mata and Mikel.
That was, I felt really sorry for him when the allegations of racism, wasn't it, from the Chelsea players, and they gave him no backup whatsoever.
No.
Absolutely no backup at all. I felt very sorry for him during that. And you'd think, even when we heard about it, didn't we? When you heard it, you think, in a million years, he didn't say what they alluded.
No,
that
of course he didn't.
No chance.
I've got to be honest. I have no sympathy for refs because they get on my nerves and because they always give bad decisions.
They're a bane of the game.
Because I'm a fan. But you know what? If I was a ref in this country, if they wanted me to, you're a really good ref, we want you to do the job, I'd say, well, can you do one thing? Can you stop putting that stupid line across the screen that doesn't exist because we can't see it? You can only see it on the
when
screen.
he's a stud offside?
Yeah, now let's have a look if he was offside. Oh, now, we put this line across the... Yeah, but it's not there in the real world. No one else can see it.
It was an arm, it was a finger offside.
Yeah, if you look at the left stud on his left boot, I think that's just inside the line.
The assistants had a bit of a nightmare there.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you on that, Perry. I must admit, just now I've thought about it. What's stopping Clattenburg doing that? You're right. He gets an offer like that. Why shouldn't he go?
The thing is, for him, it is a life-changing offer. It is completely life-defining.
Yeah.
And then, as Bob said, very humbling as well, isn't it?
Very humbling.
To live in a penthouse apartment.
So humble.
Bob, quite a few Blackburn fans getting in touch. Quite a few. Look at it. Unbelievable. One or two are saying to me, Bob Mills, what a guy. And one of them, I'm just picking up Big Alan, he's saying, tell Bob, best programme ever on the telly. In bed with my dinner.
Oh, bless them.
Remember that? That was brilliant. Remember that, Perry?
Yeah, I used to watch it, Channel 4.
You're asking me if I remember it vaguely. I remember it vaguely.
What about win, lose or draw?
Oh, that was terrific.
No. Just quickly, I think we've got a way of getting Bob onto the pitch at Brisbane Road.
Go on.
You know, see the fantastic idea at Burnley before the FA Cup, their mascots.
Yeah.
Normally the mascots are young kids, aren't they, from about 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
It's this in the FA Cup game. It's OAPs.
Oh, lovely.
We always have 2 or 3 times a season someone having their 50th birthday. And that's funny. Big old lot in a shirt that don't fit, clumping out there like that, waving to the crowd.
What, the derby showing? Don't you fancy that, being a mascot at the O's?
No, I'm all right.
Bob, that would be great.
No.
That's just what the club
When Barry Ann first took over, he used to have a celebrity walk on at half-time. It was boxers and snooker players. But they ran out after about 6 weeks, and they phoned me up and said, do you want to do it? I said, no, I really don't, because I hear what gets said about these people.
Loved it.
You could go out alongside Gavin Massey, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Remember
just lead him out.
With New Patriots, the New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft on last week, just talking about people that go to their matches. And I was over, and Kraft had me along to the game, and he said, just before we go out, Jim, we'll take our seats before the Patriots kick off. I want you to meet a good friend of mine. He's come up for the game. Come in and meet John. I said, John, yeah, he's just in here, just one of the corporate suites. I walk in there, it was Bon Jovi. That's what you want at the O's. John Bon Jovi, get him along.
One day, listeners of TalkSport, we will tell you the true story of what happened when Robert Kraft phoned here to the Jim White Show.
Oh, that was brilliant, wasn't it? That's coming sooner than later. Jim White on TalkSport with Wakes every day. We give away 100...